Wow, you didn't cut yourself that time.
So it is, what, like 5 o'clock?
Almost.
Sammy just got here from work. We're down in the broccoli. We're gonna, I guess it's called blanch it. You blanch it and freeze it for just, you know, all winter long. We don't have any big heads like I was saying earlier, but we do have shoots. And so we're just gonna get a bunch of these. And that's what we're gonna have. Some of the shoots are pretty nice though. But Dad did say, didn't he say we don't need to cut them big or long? Like,
yeah.
Like that's long enough?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're not going to eat the, what's it called?
The stem. I'm so used to cutting them long for market. These shoots are actually really nice. Like that's like the ideal shoot if you can see that. I know it's dark. Look at this one, Sammy.
Oh, I don't want to get my shoes off. Wow.
Look at that one. These are really nice.
There is a lot here.
I told you
There's
that.
one right here too.
Yeah. You know, there ain't nothing down here.
Well, I didn't see anything when you were driving. Wow, you're moving quick. Wow, just cut the whole thing off.
We don't know how much we need to get through the winter, but we're gonna grab a half bushel.
I'm not as quick as you.
Nobody's as quick as me. We just,
Wow, look at that.
I missed showing you guys the sunset. It was really cool.
I showed him it.
That's a big one. Look at that guy.
Wow, here's another big one.
That one's overgrown. We're not gonna take that one.
What? Oh.
This one. Look at that one. It's like a scavenger hunt. Okay, so it is going on, what time is it? 6, I was gonna say 6:30, it's 6:05. Sammy and I are in her mom's restaurant right now. I mentioned in my last video, or actually you see me picking a lot of long hots. You've got habaneros, bunch of bush peppers. And so we're cutting them in half now for the dehydrator. And then we're gonna start making our hot pepper packets. The only reason we're cutting them in half is just so that they can dehydrate faster. The whole pepper takes forever. We learned that the hard way. And this just seems like the best route. I don't know if we're gonna actually cut all of these. These ones aren't so bad, but like these guys, I don't think we have to cut that in half. We'll just cut the stem off and then the whole thing will go right into the grinder. You can see how many we got already, which is, well, there's air gaps, but this is a 22 quart bin. One done, just about to be finished with the jalapenos. Me and Sammy have both agreed that these are very satisfying. Just the noise they make. We're cutting these in quarters just because they have such a thick shell. That way they can dry fast, or at least as fast as all these guys do. This little bin here is all of the little tiny bush peppers. Some we cut, some we didn't. So that's 3 tubs. We don't even know how many this is gonna make, but obviously that's quite a few. Today, we're gonna finally get to planting garlic. Don't know if we'll finish the whole field, but we're definitely gonna start. Dad's getting the field ready right now. Mom and I are heading down to the coal crops and we're gonna get some cauliflower. We got cabbage yesterday. We're gonna get like 11 trays. We can usually fit around 4 or 5 in a tray. So that'll be at least 44. All right, so we got the cauliflower. This is, underneath is the new stuff that we just picked. On top is actually what Dad brought back from market yesterday. And you can see how it still looks literally like we just picked it today, because he didn't put it out on the table. He kept it nice. Nothing's damaging it. They're not putting any pressure on each other, and they look perfect. We're gonna try for a change this year and use the International. This tractor goes the slowest. We think the wheel spacing is gonna be just fine, but we do have to put the plate on the back just like we do the 420, which is right here. And so how this will go is there's a hole there in the back and a hole here, and this is gonna sit just like that. Because when we straddle the rows, this will offset right perfectly where the row is gonna be. When we drive, we're actually straddling 2 rows. There's a row here and a row here. And then we just plant this one. So I know the International is gonna start. We use that almost every day, but the case here hasn't been started in a while. So this will be interesting. Wow, that started really good actually. So this is the planter. I think this is technically like an old tobacco planter. Now, one thing we were supposed to do is put a new shoe on this. Dad went to an auction and bought like a junky same planter as this one, which is this guy right here. And I say junky, honestly, I don't know how good it works or how good it did work, but the shoe on it was pretty good. So he wants to take the shoe off of this and then basically scrap the rest. Definitely don't like the old metal style can, but I do like how it has tires on it. That'd be way nicer than the old style metal wheels. And who knows, maybe we could pop them off and put ours on, pop ours off and put these ones on, but I don't really know if that's all gonna work the same. They also took the tongue off the front of it, which instead of then having another pivot point, which is right there at the wheels, you wouldn't have that. So it'd actually be easier to back up. So honestly, maybe this is actually better than ours, but we know ours works. We've used it for, well, since I can ever remember. Dad's making rows right now. I got the planter hooked up and we're heading to the field, which is 75 yards away. I just hit my elbow really hard. Oh. So the whole point of making rows is obviously so he can know where to plant and keep it straight, as long as he makes straight rows. But also he's putting fertilizer in here. That way the garlic has basically a jump start. And so this top section always has like more soddy stuff, so he doesn't go too close to the edge. You can see it here. But we're just trying to get this set up. We're gonna see if this is even gonna work. See if it goes slow enough. The wheel spacing should be fine. But just like I was saying, I'm gonna straddle these two rows. And then this plate kicks it off to the right row. And you know, we'll get it as slow as we can, and hopefully whoever's planning, which could be myself, my mom, maybe Sammy, can keep up with, you know, getting the 6 to like 8 inches we're trying to get as far as between each bulb. What do you think, Dace? Is it gonna work or no? I think it will. So this isn't all of it, but it's a good chunk of the garlic toes. Every box is just about the same fullness. So Mom, Dad, Sammy, and myself are gonna get started. Obviously, it's really just a 3-person process, but with it being such a small toe, it's not like a big plant. You have to bend over further. It really hurts your back, so we keep switching out so nobody gets too tired or too fatigued. All the other vegetables on the farm, we rotate every year. That way you don't get disease buildup. But garlic is one thing that we've always heard likes to be planted in the same field, in the same spot, over and over and over and over again. We haven't had any issues yet. I think we're going on like 6 or 7 years now growing it. And we never fill up this whole field, but it's always either on this side or this side all the way. And so I guess if we don't have any problems, why change it? But I did want to actually change it this year, and I suggested it to Mom and Dad. they didn't really think it was necessary, so I guess we're not gonna do it. And we did have some pretty nice garlic, but the years before that, I always kind of thought, well, maybe they weren't as nice as they were the first couple of years. And I thought, well, maybe it's just depleting the nutrients out of the soil. But then last year came along and they did good again. So I don't really know what's true. A lot of other factors could come into play too, as far as more rain, less rain, more weeds, less weeds. So all that stuff is gonna affect the size and how it does. So we're like a little over 2 hours into the planting process. I was there at the very beginning to do like a quarter of the first row. Then I had to leave. I am back now. It is Mom and Sammy planting. Dad's driving. If you can hear me, the tractor's doing a pretty good job. Looks like they're getting them in the ground deep enough. And they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're coming back. I think they're 6th row now. We have 12 rows to do all together, or that's if we decide to fill them all. I know the tractor is going at a pretty decent speed and we can't go any slower, meaning that we might not be getting quite the amount of toes per row. But if that's the case, we'll just do an extra row or two. Not that big of a deal. Just for reference, so this is one of the toes. And how the planter works is a shoe goes through and it makes a ditch. And basically what Sammy and Mom are doing is they're going back and forth. Each of them have a bulb or a toe, and they place that toe in the ground just like that, as straight as you possibly can, root side down, tail up, and then the ground will then, or the shoe will then close back up, covering that toe. And you want it to be about 1 inch to 2 inches underneath the soil, right there. Well, actually I kind of just drug it sideways, but you want it to stay put like that. If you have it like this, your garlic is gonna grow crooked, or it might not grow at all. So this is all the toes. They each have about the same amount in each bin. And just like I was saying, that shoe is down in there, making that groove in the ground. And then they just put that toe right in there, and then it covers it back up. Basically, they're just playing as fast as they can.
But they get very slippery. Like that.
Drop one. Really windy, but beautiful blue skies. Hopefully I can do it without knocking them over right there. Now, we always like to go with like the fist thumb rule, whatever you want to call that. That's like 6 inches, 6 to 8 inches. So there's one, you can see the tail just sticking out there. Boy, the ground's cold. And then we will, oh, right there. That's actually a little bit close. That's more like 4 inches. Basically, you want to give it enough room so the bulbs can get to a good size and not be crowding each other out. Now, where is the next one? Oh, right there. So it's never perfect, obviously. I mean, we're humans, we're not machines. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. This is a little far, this is a little close. Let's check out one more here. And also sometimes they miss one or whatever. Well, I don't know where this one is. Oh, there it is. This one actually turned sideways. I'm glad I found it. That right there is just about perfect. Right there's the tail. Like literally spot on. And like I said, 1 inch, 2 inches covering that. And they can grow. All right, that's it.
1,035.
That's what you got, so that means it was actually 2,060.
What?
Or is that both?
No,
Oh, okay. So that's good. 1,000 a row. 10 rows, we'll get 10,000 bulbs, which is what we kind of shoot for every year. I feel like last year we only did 8,000 or 9,000 for some reason. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I'll have to go back and watch, or maybe you guys can leave a comment down below and remind me in case I don't get to. But that's kind of what I thought we did. The International seems to be working really well. It's going, like I said, a hair fast, but as far as the spacing, we're not running over the next row. Yeah, it's obviously no trouble for it at all to pull it. So it just works really good. Who knows, maybe we'll even use this for onions and we'll never go back to running a tractor again. Should be enough. Pretty amazing. Just like that, garlic is over, or planted. We will get this thing running. I cannot wait for it. I want it gone so bad. It's just a huge eyesore. Sun's just about to go down behind the trees. I think it took us around 15 minutes per row, and we did 11 rows. So do the math. Didn't take us that long though. I think we started around 1 o'clock and we just got everything put away, and it is 4:27. So that's about 3.5 hours and just over 10,000, maybe 11,000 bulbs, something close to that. Some rows we got around 950, other rows we got around 1150. So we're just averaging right around like 1,000, I'm gonna say. Last year, like I said, I think we only did around 8, 9. So that's, you know, at least 2,000 more bulbs. So that's gonna be a lot to sell, but you guys really seemed to like it when I put them on the, well, I actually didn't get them on the website, but when I told you guys about them, I did a lot of shipping. And so hopefully those of you that bought, I hope the garlic, if you're planning, does great for you. If you're eating, I hope it tastes delicious. And now next year, now that we have extra, I should be able to sell a lot more and start earlier and have more available. So I'm sorry if you guys didn't get any, but next year we'll have a lot and should not run out, at least not anytime soon. As far as in the shed here, Mom has just about got the upper high tunnel cleaned out. These are basically all solid green, some pinks, but not many. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 boxes. And that's about exactly what they all are. There's some a little smaller, some a little bigger, some pinks, like I was saying. It's cleanup time now. We're ready to winterize everything. Now that we got the garlic in the ground, there's no more planting. Dad's gonna actually spray the cole crops one more time, and that's gonna be it. So that way he can winterize the sprayers. And then it's basically just potatoes and picking a couple cole crops yet for about the next 2 to 3 weeks. And then it's about over with. We'll still have the farm yard going, obviously. We're still gonna be bagging potatoes for months and months, but the main stuff is over. Except for field corn, we do have that.